video is an update on the average knight's quest to obtain the Holy Grail. Before the Holy Grail can be acquired, 3 other tasks must be completed, the first of which being to defeat the Black Knight. The Black Knight is represented by a rubber dog bone on the track and must be completely removed from the home zone to be defeated. Failure to defeat the Black Knight will result in a deduction of 13 points. The second task is to collect shrubberies, which are represented by tennis balls along the edge of the home zone. Each tennis ball that is completely within the home zone at the end of the round will be worth 7 points. The third task will be to defeat the beast by lobbing grenades into its lair. The lair is divided into 4 sections. Points for getting grenades into 1, 2, 3, and 4 sections of the layer are 1, 3, 9, and 27 points respectively. Let's see. Take out the holy pin, count to 3, no more. The Holy Grail will be placed above the beast's lair. Having the Holy Grail completely within your home zone at the end of the round will be worth 30 points. Having it partially within your zone will be worth 10 points.
I have the Holy Grail! Get back here!
The Gantt chart shown lists all projects, presentations, and reports that were scheduled over the past semester. This tool was used to allocate time to each task to help ensure each deadline was met and progress was consistently being made. This tool also helped to set more time for high-priority tasks, such as testing, and helped to finish preliminary tasks, such as conceptualization and design early.
In order to understand what our machine needs to do, we have created a function tree. Our main objective is to win the competition. This can be achieved if we can retrieve the Holy Grail, lob grenades, collect shrubbery, remove Black Knight, egress from blast zone, and last but not least, build a safe machine. The most important sum function is collecting shrubbery, because it's worth a lot of points. This can be done by reaching out to the shrubbery first, and then pull in the shrubbery.
From the House of Quality, it was determined that the machine being boxable, consistent, and it actually triggering would be our most important design objectives, because failure to fulfill them meant automatic disqualification. The dimension constraints of the machine were challenging to meet, as there are multiple subassemblies and power sources to incorporate in the design. In addition, consistency was important because the machine had to compete in multiple rounds of the competition, proving to be another challenge for the design.
Sir Bedivere is a knight that has a slapping arm with a mousetrap attached at the end to defeat the Black Knight. There are 2 arms that are activated by an actuator, and then shrubbery will be pulled in through a motor. Sir Bedivere lobs grenades by having a pipe that is connected to a slider, allowing the grenades to fall into the beast lair. There's a clamper connected to a slider that will come around and try grabbing the Holy Grail. The system was not chosen because the arms that collect the shrubbery cannot be launched until the sliders for the grenade and the Holy Grail system has been deployed.
Sir Galahad features 2 shrubbery arms, a grenade tube on sliders, and a claw to remove the Black Knight. A piston launches the shrubbery arms forward, which then sweep back using a motor. Another piston tilts the sliders to bring the grenade tube forward. Upon egressing, the Black Knight is removed by a hook beneath the grenade tube. This design was rejected due to the unreliable method of moving the grenade tube forward.
Sir Robin, the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot, features a ramp and a cart with a mousetrap to remove the Black Knight. A PVC pipe housing the holy hand grenades of Antioch and a claw are attached to a scissor arm that extends forward. As each entrance to the beast lair passes, a switch activates the solenoid, which deploys a grenade into the lair. Meanwhile, the claw collects the Holy Grail from the top of the lair. Sir Robin's major fault lies within the task of removing the Black Knight. The aim of the cart is unreliable, and the mousetrap is likely to wear out within a few uses.
Sir Lancelot has two sweeper arms that first collect shrubbery and then move the Black Knight out of the home zone. Sir Lancelot has a grenade launcher, which is a tube which holds the grenade. These grenades roll down to the rotator, which allows each grenade to enter a quadrant of the beast lair. To pick up the Holy Grail, Sir Lancelot has another slider with a grabber attached to it. This grabber picks up the Holy Grail and moves it out of the beast lair. Sir Lancelot was not selected because of his slow and cumbersome movements.
The average knight features a hammer, two shrubbery arms, and a grenade trough. The shrubbery arms are launched using two pistons, and a motor sweeps them back using a string and pulley system. The hammer is released by a solenoid pin and uses energy from two mousetraps and gravity to knock the Black Knight to the side. Another solenoid releases the sliders to bring the grenade trough to the lair. A weighted lever then deposits grenades using the rotation of the lair. The design neglects the Holy Grail to allow more resources to be allocated to other subsystems.
In the subsystem competitions, the average knight performed quite terribly. The code for the shrubbery arms did not stop movement at 40 seconds, and thus the machine was disqualified all 3 rounds. For the grenade launcher, the MyRio was unplugged 1 round, and the machine didn't box in another round, leading to 2 disqualifications. 1 round it was not disqualified, but no points were scored. During the qualifying rounds, the code once again caused 3 disqualifications, but mechanically, the average knight did complete a few of the tasks. The grenade launcher and shrubbery arms both would have earned points had the machine not been disqualified. Due to this, we were seeded 64th of 64 teams going into the final competition. The average knight performed much better in the final competition than the qualifying rounds. In the first round, our machine scored negative 13 points, failing to collect any shrubbery or enter any entrances of the beast lair, but we still placed third because another team was disqualified. In the second round, the average knight scored 15 points, collecting 7 shrubs, but once again failing to remove the Black Knight or enter the beast lair. Nevertheless, we placed second and moved on to the third round. As all good things must end, all of the subsystems failed in the third round, with one of the pulleys on the shrubbery arms coming loose. Still, we scored negative 6 points as another team knocked a shrub into our zone. The average knight placed fourth and headed home, having failed his quest to win us the competition.
During the final competition, we were not able to lob any grenades. In the first round, our sliders did not slide all the way, so we added some WD-40. In the second and third round, we had another issue where the rope that is used for aggressing got tangled to a cable, something we did not experience when testing the machine. So we kind of felt like this kid in the video during the competition.
To remove the Black Knight, a solenoid pin was supposed to retract upwards, allowing the hammer to swing down as shown, and hit the Black Knight. During all 3 rounds, the pin fell past where it was positioned, and the solenoid was too weak to retract it against the force of the hammer. The Avengers will now demonstrate this for you.
Are you even pulling? Are you on my team? Just represent, pull. All right, let's go.
Unfortunately for the average knight, to function correctly, he would probably need to be redesigned from the ground up, as the subsystems work well individually, but the limited power sources and the way the subsystems interfere with each other prevent them from being as successful as a machine as they are individually.